Who doesn't want to make $350 a day? That's like having a money printer in your pocket, except without the FBI kicking at your door. And this is where OddsJam comes in. It's basically a cheat code for spotting mispriced lines the same way hedge funds find undervalued stocks. I'm here to break it down for you in simple terms so you can start making $350 a day right now. But before that, here's something you must absolutely look out for. Because once you realize just how many pick merchants are out there, you'll start to understand that bookies aren't the only problem. Case in point, BetPoppy193. I was like, this guy just might be the answer to my prayers. After all, what have I got to lose? I just got burned by some guy named LockDaddy69, and I gotta win back the money lost. So I joined his Discord for $120 a month for VIP picks. Mind you, this was very early in my betting career, but the first thing I see inside is this. NBA over 220. Lock of the day. Max units. No questions, please. I copied his picks for a week and went 2-9. And boy, did I get Vietnam War flashbacks from this, cause fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, well, shame on you, but shame on me too. Because if there's one thing I learned from that fiasco, is that if someone's selling you picks for $120 a month, they're not making money from betting, they're making money from you. That's why I set up something different. Instead of selling picks, I built a private community for people actually using OddsJam. One member posted their September profits, and it looked like a second paycheck. So, if you're interested in joining, click the link in the description, or scan the QR code up on the screen. So, if you can't trust some guru online, how can you stay on top of your daily bets? Well, here's how I like to put it. Say you walk into a casino and there's a roulette wheel. Normally there are 38 numbers, but this wheel secretly has 50 numbers, and the dealer is still paying you like it's the regular 38. That means for every spin, you've got extra hidden value. You'd be crazy not to keep playing, right? Well, that's exactly what a positive EV bet is. The math is tilted slightly in your favor, so the more you play, the more it stacks up. So when betting on sports, the question isn't who's going to win or which guru should I listen to? The real question is this price wrong? Because pros don't care about the logo on the jersey. They only care about numbers. So now you're thinking, cool, positive EV bets are the goal, but how the hell do I actually find them? Here's how to think about it. Let's say you're at the airport for a red-eye flight and you're badly in need of coffee. Every kiosk is charging $20, which honestly is highway robbery, but whatever. Then, one random stand is selling the exact same cup for only $5. What do? You don't sit there debating brands. You grab the $5 coffee and inject some caffeine into your system. Pronto. That's exactly how sharp betting works. Sports books all have their own pricing models, and sometimes one of them just posts a bad number. So, when almost every book has a line at -140 and one outlier sits at -120, that's your $5 airport coffee moment. And once you grab it, you've already got positive expected value. Unlike this clown who thinks he's running a hedge fund. Meet Parlay Trav. This guy's charging people $150 for one day of picks. And if you want a lifetime VIP whale pass, you'll need to scrounge up $2,000. I mean, come on. Please don't be the person funding this dude's mortgage payments. But just avoiding traps like these already makes you one step closer to cashing in bet slips like this. Now, I know where your head's going. That sounds good, Luke. But doesn't it take forever to sift through all the books? And you'd be correct. That's why I don't scan books manually. I rely on OddsJam to automate the process so I can sit back and watch the magic unfold. But first, I want you to think about this. Most bettors only use one or two sports books. That's like shopping for a new TV at just one store, which means you're guaranteed to get ripped off. That's cause value only shows up when you can compare prices across multiple stores, or in this case, multiple books. OddsJam scans 40 plus sportsbooks at once, so when one sportsbook posts a bad price, you see it instantly. So, here's an example. Baylor versus SMU, first quarter team total, SMU over 7.5. Midnight Sportsbook is offering it at plus 175. Meanwhile, most other books are sitting between plus 120 and plus 153, with the market average around plus 153. So why does that matter? Because at plus 175, Midnight is basically saying there's only a 36.4% chance of this hitting. But the true market projection, based on all the other books, is around 40.5%. That gap creates an 11.47% positive expected value. That's what OddsJam does for you. It helps you find bets where the sportsbook is accidentally giving you better odds than reality suggests. And when you stack these kinds of plays day after day, you tilt the edge away from the book and back toward yourself. Oh, and by the way, if you want to try out OddsJam yourself, I'll put a link to it down in the description below. Or you can scan this QR code right here if you're watching it on TV. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, OddsJam is just a tool. The final push will come from you. And sometimes you hit it in the mark, and other times you lose. But that doesn't mean it's not working. Take it from me. In August, I ran a 7-day challenge where I started from scratch using OddsJam. After a few days of winning, I finally had a red day. And instantly the thought hit me. Maybe this was just luck. Maybe I was about to slide right back into losing like before. And to make things worse, I was betting from Australia, and the setup here isn't nearly as good as it is in the US. At least there, you had 5, 6, sometimes 10 sports books to line shop with. Here, you're lucky if you have 2 or 3 on the same game. And that got in my head. If the pros are only winning because they have more books to compare, then maybe this whole strategy wouldn't even work for me. For the first time in the challenge, I started to wonder, what if I can't actually pull this off? So after that rough patch, I knew I had to tighten things up. No more winging it, no more just firing at whatever looked good. This time, I set hard rules. Every bet had to have at least plus 3% expected value. Every game needed at least 4 sportsbooks lined up, so I knew the edge was real. And the market width had to stay tight, which, according to OddsJam, is between 20 and 25 cents. At first, sticking to these rules felt boring. But boring is exactly what makes money long term. Because most bettors can't do this. They gamble for entertainment, they chase losses, they bet overs because life's too short. But the sharps follow cold, boring mathematical rules. And that's the difference between donating to the books and actually beating them. And for me, this shift was the turning point. Those simple rules carried me through the rest of the challenge, and that's when the results finally started to speak for themselves. By the end of the 7-day challenge, here's what happened. I staked $3,800. Out of all those bets, I beat the closing line 83% of the time, and walked away with $587 in profit. That comes out to about a 15.4% return per wager. Now, $587 isn't Lamborghini money. I'm not quitting my job or buying a private island anytime soon, but it's definitely a start. And honestly, if you stick with disciplined plus EV betting long enough, the ups and downs balance out, which is how you can realistically average around $350 a day. And if you're ready to go beyond the basics, check out this next video where I walk you through the exact OddsJam system I used to turn $0 into $10,000 with sports betting. So click right here to watch it next.